Welcome back to my channel. It is so good to see you again. But if you're new here, hi, my name is Dream Whisper Gaming, and I am so happy to see you. In our episode today, we are playing Tiny Glade, and I decided just for fun that I was going to do one of the challenges that they give you. And one of the challenges today is a fishing area or fishing home. So I thought it would be a cool idea to do that. So first, what I want to do is I want to change. Let's make this, okay, that's a bit, maybe there. Okay, so we have this long stream where they can go fishing, right? So it's like a little fishing nook, and we are going to build around it. Let's get started, shall we? Right. So what I want to do is remove some of the trees, especially on the edges, because people need to walk. So let's make this a bit bigger, and let's get rid of these trees, shall we? We can always just put these trees back. There we go. Okay, right. And then we can get rid of some trees on this side as well. There we go. Bye-bye, trees. So we can actually see what we are doing. Okay. So we have, oh look, there's a little sheep. Hello. There we go. Okay, so we already have these little fishing areas. Okay, so we have these little fishing areas where we can do what we need to do. But it's very important that we can get across as well. So what I'd like to do first is I would like to build a bridge. So we'll turn the bridge. Oh, we can go down as well. But we want it to go right across like that. And we'll bring that down. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we're going to bring this down. There we go. Right, let's bring it up a bit. And then we're going to bring this down. There we go. Okay, we can even, to make it a bit more interesting, we can also maybe make it a little path like this. Stick it out like that. And then we can also maybe add as well. So go here. Right, make the path a little bit bigger. Okay. And then if I want to add to it, I can just, okay, let's actually just erase that, because yes, okay. So what we can do here is with this tool, hold on. If we do this, we can add this. Okay, there we go. Right, nice. Okay. We can also make it a bit taller so that you have, let's add. So we can add here and we can add here. So I want to make this a little bit taller. No, yes. so you can see a little bit higher. There we go, that's it. Okay, so if you want to look at the fish in the water, you can. There we go, I think that looks good. I think that looks very good. And then I also want to, so we can maybe add, there we go, so we can have it equal on both sides. Okay, whoopsie. Okay, there we go, and turn it. We'll turn it that side, there we go. Okay, right. Then this can come down. There we go, that's looking good. I think that looks great. Okay, then I need to add I need to add, why can I not add here? Okay, whoopsie. If I select here, can I add a fence? It doesn't look like you can add a fence. No, okay. Well, there you go. So that's how you can get around. Well, that's the main thing. And then I want to add, maybe we can add just a little simple one like this. Oopsie. We can just add a normal simple one like this, and maybe make one in the middle. Yeah, like that. Make it a little bit higher. There we go. Like that. Oopsie. I like that. Okay. Okay, that's good. Okay, so if you need to, you can cross over this side and cross over this side. Okay, or if need be, you can also cross on the other side. So I wish there was a way we could just copy and paste, but it's okay. Okay, right, let's build a small little one over here. Okay, bring it down like this. There we go. A simple one. And then maybe we can also just add. Okay, that won't work. Okay, but yes. Oh, actually, hold on. There we go. Somewhat. Okay, we can bring this out. There we go. Okay. Make this all individual. Fantastic. And then we can do the other side as well, which is cool. So we can just add here. Let's see. Right. I also want to add. Till there as well. There we go. But this path is a bit too narrow, so I'd like to make it a little bit bigger. Like that. Yes. So we can see. There we go. So then we can move this like that. Okay. Right. I think that looks good. Move it out a bit. Move that out so it's right on the edge, like that. You can move this out too. Move this in, like that. Okay, so it's right on the edge. And then we have that there, like that. So that's our little path. We'll make it a little bit higher. There we go. That looks so pretty. I love that. And we can do it on the other side as well. Actually, we'll just leave that there. That's fine. Okay, right. Let's get rid of some more trees. Okay, I'm going to go here. Get rid of all of these trees. Like this. There we go. Nice. Okay. I want to create an area where they can come down. So there will be areas where you can come down, maybe to this area here, where they can come down from the top, and they can come down from the top and go fishing. So make this little area here. Let's get a bit closer. There we go. So we can make that this, and then we can also make a smaller little area like that. I like that. That's quite nice. And then we can have another little area here. We can also go like that. Okay, and bring this. Yeah, bring that down. Bring that down for now. Okay, right. We will have. That's so cute. Okay, then we will have our stairs that go right down like that. Make it quite wide. Okay, we need to move it. There we go. Okay, right, let's make it a little bit higher and then curve it. That's really cool. I like that. Let's add a curve here. So it's not being blocked here, because right now it is blocked. So we'll have to just move it. There we go. Adjust it. There we go. Okay. So we can bring it like that. And then we can also have it like this as well. Okay. And then we can actually, oopsie, you can bring this, or we can just leave it like this actually. Let's just leave that like that for now. Okay, then we can also add in from this side as well. Go from here, and then we'll go up. Okay, so what I want to do is bring it up a bit. I'm going to move it, maybe, no, I want to move it here. Bring it. There we go. And then I want to, turn it. There we go. So I can add one here. Fantastic. That's actually what I wanted to do. Okay, we can bring it into the wall a little bit like that. Bring it out. There we go. And make it a bit wider for everyone. Okay. Fantastic. It's looking very nice. There we go. Okay. And this is a little bit too steep, so we're also going to have to move this. the furthest we're gonna get. Okay, right. We have that, and then let's do the little steps over here. That's very cool. Okay, right. Get a little bit higher and bring this down like this. Okay, gonna add. Imagine we make it so we also want a bit of stairs. Get a little bit bigger, and then we can. There we go. No. I think that's pretty good for now. And we can turn it. There we go. Fantastic. Okay, so this is where everybody comes to meet if they want to go fishing. There we go. Okay. I think that looks interesting. And then we can maybe add some flowers here. Yes, flowers. There we go. Right. I think that looks good. Okay, I think that looks good. Let's add a bit here. Okay, now let's get started on some houses, shall we? So these are going to be fun little houses that are in this area. Okay, we've got a house that sits on the edge. I don't think that's actually a good idea. No, I think this should move. Maybe here along. Yes. Okay, there we go. I like that. I want it to be a bit smaller. Fantastic. Okay, and if we make this a little bit, bring this in a little bit. Make this a little bit higher. Bring this down a bit. There we go. That's a cute little house. I like that. Okay, then maybe we add. Oh no. Okay, so this will be our first little house. Okay, and then they have a little garden. Okay, that's their little garden over here. Alright, let's add the door. There we go, make it a little bit bigger. So there we go. We like big doors, big doors, big doors. Okay, we need to get rid of this here. Okay, that's okay. We'll move it with the path. So let's get a path. There we go. Oh no, I don't like that. I like the door. There we go. Oh my word. There we go. This I don't like. I don't like this. Yes. There we go. That should be fine. Okay. Then you must also have another door. Yes, but we need to fix this because you can cut as well. Okay, right? Alright, let's cut this. Whoopsie. Okay. It's not a good idea. we'll move this in here. There we go. And move this like that. There we go. So you don't fall. That's what we don't want. Okay? Oh, whoopsie. Okay, right. So this is the little garden, and then we will add another little door here as well. And this whole area here can be patched like that. That looks good. Then let's get some beautiful windows going, shall we? Actually, I do prefer the square windows. I really do. There we go. So we want. There we go. You can have a third one at the top like this. And you can have one there. Maybe not one at the bottom. We don't want to overkill, you know? Then we can have one at the top like that. And maybe have one here. Okay, let's move it so it's this way like this. There we go. Okay, I think that house is very sweet, sweet, sweet. Now we need to add some lights, which is very important. I'll add one here. I want this area to be lit up quite nicely. I think that's very important. We'll put a side light there, and then we can have a light here and a light here. There we go. I think that's quite lit up. We can also add a little chimney as well, like that. I do like the chimneys that are on the side. Those are my favorites. So what happens? Okay, there we go. Right, now we can get rid of this chimney. There we go. Okay, so this is our first little house. Let's change some coloring, shall we? Let's make it so this might be a woman who likes to fish. So we can make it this color. There we go. And the roof, we will make also a pink color. There we go. Oh. Okay, so we do want smoke. That's very important. We can do the doors as well, make them quite pink. Okay, pink and pink. She loves the color pink, can you tell? Pink and pink. There we go. Let's get these last two windows, shall we? There we go. Okay, right, that is looking so good. I love that. Then if we could add like a tree, that would be cool. No, maybe here. Okay, we can do trees afterwards, that's okay. Okay, so we've got our first little house. And then I want to create, whoopsie, I want it to be the same color. Create a path here. There we go. That's the path there. Then I want to create a small little house over here. So this is just a small little fishing town where all the homes are quite close. They're quite close together. Let's bring this up a bit, shall we? we can add a little bit here as well. Add here. So okay, right. There we go. Okay, so we can move this whole house here. Let's move it over here. Okay, right. Let's make it a bit narrow, bring it in like that. We'll make, even though this house is by itself, we can still make it look interesting. We can. So if I do this, okay, right, we can bring this down, yes, we can bring this down. So this can be like a kind of design, like that. Bring it all the way to the end like this. We can bring it out a bit like that. There we go. Okay. If we use color on this, we can make it so that it's flat and bring it out a bit like that. Okay, bring it in like that. Okay, nice. Bring it out a bit. There we go. So it adds a little bit of character. Okay, bring this out a little bit more. There we go. So that brings a bit of character. Now, let's move this. Whoopsie. Okay, so I want to bring this. No. I want to bring this down. Maybe halfway, like that. Okay, I think maybe this might be. There we go. Might be out a little. Too much. Okay, I think that looks good. Okay, if we add, let's say we add maybe another little room here. There we go, that can sit on the edge. And if we add another little room, that can sit right there like this. Okay, so then we can just add another one like this. I'm honestly just going with the flow because I've never done something like this before. So this is very, very interesting. Very, very, very interesting to me. Okay. Okay, we can maybe do that. Bring it out a bit. Like this. And then bring that out. Yes. And then take it all the way to the back. Okay, so that's looking good. But I also want this to be maybe like this a little bit more. Like there maybe. Let's see what do you think? Does that look weird? Okay. I think that does look a bit strange. So let's take away this. I think I'm just gonna leave the house as it is. I think that looks quite nice. Build that in a bit. Okay, right. This will be our little fishing one. And maybe there can be a little bit of water here. So not enough water to fish, but there could be a little bit of water. We'll add that just now. We'll add that just now. Okay, let's add some doors. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. It's looking good. Looking good. Okay. Some fronts around the sides. And then here we can add some windows. So I have a window down here. Can have a corner window. That's very cool. And you can make the corner window a little bit bigger as well. I like that. That's very cool. Okay. We'll go down here. Actually, at the top, we'll add some, a double window. Oh, you can add a door. Okay, I don't want a door. So if we go in a little bit closer, maybe we can add it there. Unless we bring this down just a little bit. No, we'll make this a little bit taller. There we go. Okay, that fits a bit better. I think that fits a bit better. Okay. Then we can add our little, yes, we can add that there. And we can add maybe a side window. Okay, so we can move this. I do like this in the middle. I don't like that, but we can keep it like that for now. And then we can add another window over here, which is on the side. And at the top, we can just add a double window like that. See, this is looking so nice already. And over here, we can add another triple window like that. Okay, cool. There we go. Okay, I think this house looks very, very, very cute. Okay, we need to actually make it so that this is a little bit smaller. There we go. Nice. Fantastic. And then bring this in. There we go. So that makes it stand out a little bit more. Okay, and then around we can maybe have, let's see. If we take this, we can go it down a bit. There we go. And all the way across. And maybe bring it out. Yes. Okay. And whoopsie. There we go. So we have that there. And then we can add some more around here. There we go. And maybe at the front we can add little fence like this, like that. I think that looks quite nice. And maybe, no, that looks cool. I like that. Okay, then we will take the path and we will join it like this. There we go. That looks fantastic. I really do like that. Okay, that looks good. I also forgot. I need to add some lighting. Very important. Very, very important. Okay. We also need a light there and a light on top as well. And a light here. A light here. Light in the corner. so that they know that this is their area. Let's maybe see what happens if we add some. Okay, so we can add some water. I don't quite like that. Okay, so this is a house. Sorry, I had to cough. I think we're actually missing. We're missing a window in the front. I thought I'd put a window here. Clearly not. I want a nice window like this and move it. There we go. That is super, super cute. I like that a lot. Okay, we're going to change the color because I don't want it to be the same color. I want it to be unique. So let's pretend that he likes the color yellow. Oh, we'll do yellow and green. That could be very interesting. Oh, I don't like that bright green. Let's do that. So we have green and we'll just do yellow. There we go. Okay. Right, so let's keep changing these colors quickly. Okay, so we want green, 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 green. Yeah, this is looking good. Green and green. There we go. Okay, that's looking fantastic. I like this little house. And you can also change the color. We'll change it to that color. There we go. Okay, that's looking good. Why is this being... There we go. It's been overrun with plants. That's not very good. Okay, next. I want to see if I can add... Let's see if we can maybe add something fun. So if we go from here to here to here, maybe. Can you edit this? I don't think you can, but you can change the color. So if we change the color, we could change it to pink. There we go. That looks quite nice. I do like that. That's very cute. Very, very cute. And then maybe in between here we can have maybe have a few plants like that. Actually, I don't like that. Okay. Maybe have a tree. That's in the wrong place. Okay, that's fine. That's a cozy little area. Now let's build an even bigger house. Okay, so I'm gonna try and build like a big castle, even though I'm not the best at it, but I will try my best. Okay, maybe bring that in a little bit like this. There we go. I don't know where I'm going with this, so please just bear with me here. Okay, right. There we go. And build onto that. Put that there. I really don't know what I'm doing, so. Okay, let's then make this taller. There we go. And also make this a bit taller as well. Fantastic. And we can just add like make little rooms. Oopsie. Bring it down. Okay, and we'll bring this down a little bit. So this is like a little area here, and this is a balcony. So we'll need it to have that. There we go. And we can maybe, so you can make it like that as well, which is kind of cute. So we'll do that. I think that would be really, really cute. Okay, so this is what I've come up with. Okay, I would also like to I'd also like to add some water around here as well. Oh wow. Okay, that's not good. Okay. Never mind. Can't do that. Okay, so this is how the house is looking so far. We might as well just keep adding to the house. Okay, we've got our roof. Bring the house down a little bit. Okay, I think that looks cool. And then we can maybe add the side. We can add also a little balcony here as well. There we go. It can be like a little corner balcony. So we can add the color to it. We can make it, so make it like this. Oopsie. And then you make it like this. So it's a corner one. Bring it out. There we go. Fantastic. I think that looks cool. So a little side. Then let's change the colors. Let's make it white. We can make it blue. The green is actually a really nice color. Let's see from the front. Actually, no. If we go with the white, okay. And if we do this one, no. I do quite like this one. So I'm going to add the whites. White is quite nice. So make all of these white, like this. And maybe the sides. Okay, that's quite nice. Okay, we can do that. That is quite nice. Okay, so maybe the roofs, maybe the roof can be a similar color to match, but it's going to match next door as well. So maybe we should stick to a brown color. Like this. I think the brown looks very nice. What do you think? Okay, I'm gonna go with brown. I think the brown looks super duper nice. We'll make this brown color and make that also a brown color. And then at the back here, we'll make it this brown. And we will also make it that brown. Okay, so this is going to be maybe, because it doesn't really have, Although we can just, okay, that's how low it will go. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, right. Let's get started, shall we? Okay, so here I'm going to have, this will be, we'll also change the colors. We'll also change the doors as well. Okay, so we will use these doors. They're just bigger and look much bigger, better. Okay. Okay. No. Nice. There we go. So you can go straight from there, which is very cool. I like that. You can even curve it a little bit. I like that too. That's quite nice. Okay, that's good. That's good. I like that a lot. I like that a lot, a lot, a lot. Okay, next. This house is very short, so it doesn't really make a lot of sense to have this like this. I'm going to make it a little bit taller, maybe bring that down a bit. Maybe actually let's just get rid of this. Okay, let's get rid of that for now, okay? Let's focus on the decorations. Okay, we're going to go with these windows. Alright, so here we will have a big window. Although, I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of these windows. But we want this place to stand out, so we will keep it like that. Okay. Now we need a door for the top. We'll just make it maybe a double door. There we go. So you can come outside. There we go. We have a little bird nest thing that we can maybe, can we turn that around? There we go. I think that also belongs. I think this belongs outside. Yes, right there. Okay. Right, so that's very cute. I like that a lot. Let's continue adding some windows. Bring that down a bit. We can also add some singular windows. Then one window down here, which you cannot see anything. 2, 3. This one will move. There we go. Okay, maybe we'll move it to the side. There we go. Okay. Now remember that you can come outside here and have a window. Okay, that will be good. Is that fish? I don't know. I think that looks like fish. I don't know. This is a fishing town, so that would make sense. Yes, that would make sense. Okay. You can have a window there. Maybe a double window here. Alright. Next we can have a window. Whoopsie. Let's remove that. We can have a double window here, like this. And then we can, do you know what? I also want to have a door down here too. Let's have a door here. Yes. Actually, let's make this a door. Okay, so that we have some kind of outside maybe we should make another veranda. What do you think? What do you think? So if we do this, okay, maybe make it a little bit higher like that. Bring this all the way down. Bring this down. I think that looks good. We can make it like this. Whoopsie. Yes, like that. You can change the pattern, which is really cool. That's a cool pattern. I like that. That's very cool. Let's make this one the same. Here we go. Okay, now we're going to make this so that it's joined like that. Fantastic. Look at that go. I love that. That's so awesome. That's very, very cool. Okay, now we need to bring this down a little bit because it is very high. Okay, so you can actually go up the steps, I think. Here. Oh wow. You can also maybe add some stairs and go down if you really want to. You can go down the stairs. Let's see. Oh, you can take a ladder. Oh, let's do the ladder. I love that. Yes, I love that idea. Okay, I think that's a really cool idea. Then if need be, you can just take it back there. That's very cool. I love that. Okay, so we have a ladder on the side in case you want to go out. We can add another door. Maybe just a window. There we go. I don't like these. Maybe we can just add them here somewhere. But this, we can actually keep that. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so there's a little step you can go if you want to look around. Okay, let's add one more window over here. We'll just make it 2 windows like that. Okay. Then you have this whole area. We can make it a fence. So we can make it fenced like this. We can make it fenced all the way so that nobody falls. I think that's important. Okay, wait, move this. There we go. Okay, so we messed up a little bit here. Okay, let's continue with this where this was. Okay, so go around there. There you go. Nice. Okay. Very cool. And then I think over here, so we can do this. We can make this like a little fence, maybe. If we do this, cut it. Okay, I don't know how to make a fence. I have no idea how to make a fence. Okay, maybe we just, I think I might know. There we go, like this. And we just maybe I don't know how what happens if we so I'll make this a little bit smaller. Okay, it's fine. We can maybe just do this. What do you think? And then you can just take this and you can just bring it down like that. But I do prefer the fence. I do prefer the fence. Okay, let's see. Okay, right. What happens if we get rid of that? Okay. Okay. Next. Okay, we can do that. That's fine. Maybe we can do this. Okay. This is just confusing. Alright. We'll make that a bit smaller and make these a bit smaller. Okay, then let's just remove. Yeah. Okay. We're just gonna remove this. Okay. So we can come here and just remove the individual ones. It won't let me remove. Okay, that's okay. This is gonna take longer than I thought. Alright. Okay. And then we can just cut it here. So this can go down a bit. Like that. Okay, I think I got it. Make that tall, cut there. There we go. Okay, that's quite nice. Okay, and then you can walk through this path. Okay, there we go. Okay, I think that looks nice. Although we need to finish this. Because that's not closed. There we go. Fantastic. Okay. Alright, that looks good. Then we need to add a path. So maybe we just okay, so we still want to keep a lot of everything. Yes. I do still want to keep a lot of that. The path. There we go. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. I like that a lot. Okay, nice. This place looks really cute. I do like it. Okay, now let's add a few flowers because we're not really going to go down this side. So we can just add some trees and bushes. There we go. Okay, not so many. Okay, there's way too much there, so let's get rid of those. Okay, and maybe on the sides. There we go. Okay, so that is the house. Can we change the color? No, I thought we could change the color of the rocks. Clearly not. We can also have places on the roof that we can look out, which is really, really cool. So I think that's cool. I'm gonna move this maybe here, like that. We've got those two there. I like that you can do that. That's very cool. And then maybe have one here. Right. Next, I'm gonna add a little light over here. Another one here. Another one here. Corner lights. Just add as many lights as you can. Nice light there, light over there, and there, and one there. Okay, this house is looking beautiful. I'm very happy. Very, very, very happy with how it's looking. Okay, let's remove that one. It would be cool if we could put like the lights at the top, but it's okay, I understand. Alright, then we need one here. We will need one over here. Okay, right, and one here. I think that looks fantastic. Okay, now let's see what it looks like at night, shall we? Let's go to the nighttime. There we go. Make it even. There we go. Okay. So that's what it looks like at night. I think that looks quite nice. What do you think? I think that's enough. I think that's enough. Light. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. That looks so super duper great. I like that a lot. It would be cool if we could maybe add as we go, like that. I like that. Oh, okay, that went a bit squiff. So, now to move it. There we go. Nice. Okay, good. Okay, now we need to try and see. We might have to cut this a little bit, but I think that this looks very, very good. Now we can make this a little bit taller. See, the sides, that's the problem. But that actually looks quite nice. I do like this a lot. So if you cut this, you can bring this down. There we go. But you want it so it's a bit tall. It's tall enough. And I think maybe this should be cut. So we cut, oopsie. Oh, cut. There we go. Okay, bring this up a little bit. Bring this up a little bit. I don't make it that much. Okay, cut this as well. Cut. Bring it down. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. I think maybe cut that too. Bring that down a bit. Okay, I think that looks a lot better. A lot better. Okay, cut this down a bit, and I'm gonna get this one on its own. There we go. I think that looks nice. We need to make these a little bit higher like that. Okay, cut. down. Cut this again. Okay, I think that looks good. Yes. Okay. I actually think that looks quite nice. What do you guys think? I think that looks pretty good. And you can change the color, which is awesome. I did not know you could even do that. That's very cool. Maybe we make it like make it that color. Okay, but this is not bricky. I suppose we could make it bricky. Something a little bit different, you know. There we go. Make it a little bit. Whoopsie. Make that bricky. There we go. And make that bricky. Okay, fantastic. This can also then be a similar shade as well. There we go. And also make this. There we go. Then this bridge can also be a similar color. Okay, now let's bring this all the way here. So this path is a little bit bigger. Okay, we're gonna make this as wide as we can. Okay, let's see. Maybe it gets a little bit more narrow as you get up the stairs. Let's actually make this whole thing a little bit bigger for everyone. There we go, that looks much better for everybody. Fantastic. Okay, I like that a lot. Let's make this wider. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this is our little fishing town area. Now we have to build on the left side, which is cool. And I have an idea. I think what would be nice is if we added a little stream, a little area of water. Like this. I think that could be quite nice. Okay, there we go. Nice. We'll just have a little body of water here. So if you want to, you can fish here, but there's not much. Look, the little ducks. Hello, little ducks. Okay, I think that looks quite nice. And then if you want to main fish, you can. Because remember, this is a fishing town. I'm very happy with this. It would be really cool if we could make like a little waterfall. That would be very cool. Let's see if we can maybe do that. Just testing something. Okay, right, so we're still going to leave that little area so you can fish if you want to. Okay. I'll still leave that. Actually, there we go. Okay. Right. Now, over here, this is going to be a bunch of little Okay, so what I'm gonna do is make this a little bit bigger. We're gonna create a little pathway. There we go. And then another one like that. Okay, so I think we will have to just try and build from this as much as we can. Okay? Because this is going to be interesting. I think maybe, no, okay, let's just see what we can build. Yes, let's just see what we can build from this. This needs to go down. Okay, there we go. There's one little house. Then over here we need to build an even smaller house. Somehow we need to. I need a new keyboard. I'm having issues with my keyboard and it's very frustrating. Okay, right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move this path. Okay, so I'm gonna move this whole thing over. Or maybe let's just have, because let's be honest, it's a little bit ridiculous. So I will keep only 2. Okay. There we go. Like that. Nice. And if we bring this in like this. Okay, I think that looks good. We've got a little curvature going. I like that. And then are those doors? Is that a door in there? I don't quite know. Let's see. It looks like those are doors. That does. It looks like it's a door. So, but it won't let me. It won't let me do anything about it. Okay, so those are doors. So if I make this a little bit higher, there we go. Okay, fantastic. So now you can see the door. Okay, so there's a door on this side. And then there's also a door on this side. So if we move this out a bit, move this out. Is that open? It looks like it's open. How does this work? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. See? If we go inside, no you can't. You can just see from the outside, I think. Sorry, this. Okay, there we go. So okay. So that seems to be like a little door area. If we maybe bring this in a bit. I see. Okay, so if we carry on making this path, here we go. I said, we're just gonna go with the flow and see what happens. I don't actually know how I did this. I really have no idea how I did this. Okay, make this a little archway. Yes, but where does the archway go to? You see, that's the thing. Is that like a decoration? I don't know. Okay, that can just be a decoration, I guess. Okay, right. So there's no actual door there, but we do have this here, and we can carry on building onto this house. Maybe bring this a little bit back. See, there's another door there. So keeping in theme, we keep it there. Let us bring it in a little bit. This in a bit. There we go. Okay, I will bring this area in a little bit more. Just so that, and then we can also add in a fence so you don't fall off. Okay, I think that's very important. Okay, so there can be a door outside. Let's make this whole area. I don't like, oh no, that's okay actually. I do like that. It's going to be a little common area that everyone can walk through, I guess. Yes. There we go. And then we also have in the front. Okay, there we go. Then what we can also do, which is cool, we can maybe add this here. Okay. Move it back a bit. And move it across. Bring it down. Bring this down. Yes. There we go. There we go. Okay, we can bring it down a little bit. Like this. Whoops. How do you bring this down? Okay, right. Okay, that's fine. And then if we just maybe make this a little bit taller. Okay. Don't think that looks too bad. There we go. We can bring it onto the side like this. Maybe bring it out a little bit. Okay. I think that doesn't look too bad. Bring this down a bit. It's too tall. There we go. Maybe make it like this. Okay. We can also change it so that it has nothing. Does that look weird? I think that looks weird. Okay, so let's actually just put the roof back on like this. Okay. Is the fence still there? Okay, the fence is still there. Okay, right, so we need to put a fence here because we don't want them to fall off, whoever is here. Okay, there we go. Or do we want them to fall here either? So I'll also block that off too. No, I want to bring that down. Okay, so I think this is our other little home with a corner, and then you have this back area too. Okay, let's add some windows. Let's add some windows. There we go, that looks really nice. Fantastic. Okay, what I like is you can add the corner windows, which is very cool. I love that. I love that you can add a corner window. Okay, we're just going to keep that. Then maybe have one window here. Yeah. One window there. Here we're going to have 1, 2, like this. Okay, just going to move this to kind of the middle. Going to put another window at the top, like this. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, we can add maybe 1 window here. 2 windows, let's add 2 windows, 2 windows. Then over here we're going to have, I do like the double window, it does look very nice. Okay, then I'm going to add a corner window there. At the top, 1 window, and then a corner window as well. Okay, now this needs to go, okay, it needs to go down. I don't know how to make this go down. Okay, so this, I'm having issues with this because this won't go down for some reason. Okay, we'll make it a little bit higher. Okay, and if we make it so that it just won't go down. Okay, maybe we just, let's get rid of this. No. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. Let's maybe make this a little bit taller. And also make this one a little bit taller. There we go, that should be fine. Now we can add our little door. There we go, we've added our little door. And then we can add our little door here as well. There we go. We can add, we've got a window there already. We can add one here. And then over here we can add a double window, which I think will be really, really cute. We can add another one, but I'm going. If you click on the door, you can add. Okay, I think I'm going to get rid of this. There we go. Okay, and if we click here, okay, we've got the wheel. It's cool, I like that. Click on it again. Okay, we'll just have that there. Okay, so this is our little house. I think maybe we should also, do you think we could add a little door? Oh, there we go. Is that our little door? Let's see. have a little door here. That's cool. Okay, then we have a little chair. This needs to move. I think this would be cool over here. So we can take this, can turn it. Yes, I like that. There we go, right under the chair. Okay, now with this house, I would like to add a little veranda. I think that would be super duper cute. Whoops. That could also work as well. And if we do this, what happens if we... Okay. I actually do like that. Maybe we keep that. Okay, yes. Make it a little bit larger on this side. Is that okay? Is there enough space? There's no space. Okay, we're gonna have to keep it like that. So what we can do is we can move this way, here. And then with this we can make it a little bit wider. There we go. Okay. Let's bring this out a little bit. There we go. Whoopsie. Okay. Then with, oh goodness, with this house, there we go. And then we need to make this a bit taller. There we go. I think that looks really cool. Maybe bring this in a little bit. No. Yes, there we go. Maybe make it, bring it up a bit. There we go. I think that looks cool. Yes, I think that looks awesome. Okay, let's get the double door going like that. Right, we have our windows. We have a double window. So we can move this here and one up like that. That looks really cool. I like that a lot. Okay. We can add from the side as well. Oopsie. That's gonna go there. So we'll move this up. Move this. I actually want to add another window. Click on it. There we go. And then, oh, we can have like a little, but there's no balcony here. That's not gonna work. We can bring this in the middle. Then over here, what I'm gonna do is add another small little balcony. I think that is fantastic. A small little balcony, just one that can stick out a little bit. Okay, so we've got our little this is gonna be, there we go. So we've got another little place for, what is it called, a veranda. There we go. We're going to add a door. Wait, let's get close. There we go. We're gonna add a window, another window. We add one at the top. And then we can, oh, there was a sunflower. see if we can get that sunflower again. I want the sunflower. No. Okay. That's just that plant we can do. Okay, now let's add some lights, shall we? So we need to add here and here. Before I continue, I need to make sure I want them super bright. Super bright. So now when we add these lights, they will be super bright. Okay, there we go. There'll be a light there, but I want these, I want it to be very, very, very bright. That's what I want. 2, 3. Let's add some. Also, let us add 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then we can add 2 little windows over there. It kind of looks a bit silly. Let's add another window. There we go. Maybe there. Okay. Then we continue with the lights. We need one here. We need one here. On the corner, we need one there. Right, let's add lights to this house as well. Oh, whoops. I do want those there, so keep that there. Corner lights. This is a very peculiar house. Peculiar house. Oh, we should probably add. Maybe we can add 1, 2. There we go. Okay. We can add some more lights. Lights. There we go. And then in the front as well, I'm going to put a little light here and here. Okay, right. Okay, I think the lights are doing their best. No, I don't want this. It's in the way, sorry. Okay. Then we did that house with the lights as well. Okay, so with this house, should we change the roof? Maybe we can bring it in a bit. Go a little bit taller. There we go. And then I also think we should change the color. Before we do, let's... Oh, look how beautiful that is. Look at all the lights. That looks so good. Okay. We need another light. There we go. And on the floor as well. Up here. This looks so good. Oh my goodness, look how beautiful this looks. This whole area here looks amazing. Okay, I'm going to turn this around. There we go. Oh, I love this so much. So this area here, but those are very dim. So if we went here and we went to change the color, we made it bright. Look at the difference. Look at that difference. It would be the same here. Look at the difference. It's like night. It's honestly like night and day. Look at that amazing difference. I can't do all of these, but at least now going forward, it will all be very, very bright. Okay, let's see. Oh, we're missing some lights. Let's just do this area quickly. There we go. Look at that. Look at the difference. No, that looks amazing. But we need to add some more lights. There we go. And then here. Oh, whoops. I want that there. Add a light there. Add a light here as well. So we can rotate. See? Look at that. And then I also want lights here as well. One light there, one light there, another light here. Let's rotate this. Why can I? Okay, we can leave that there then, that's fine. Okay, that looks amazing. I love that so much. It would be so cool if we could just add lights here. That would be very cool. I think you've just got to add them like this. Or maybe just on the floor. Like that, maybe. Yes. And then just add here. There we go. So they can see. There we go. So they can see where they are going. Look how beautiful that looks. I absolutely love that so much, so much. We need to add more flowers because we don't have a lot of them. There we go. Nice. Just add them along here. Okay, right. That looks amazing. I love that so much. We made it as small as we could. Whoops. Okay, right, so we've got a few houses. These are all different houses, which is very cool. And I like that a lot. Okay, right. Then I think what we can do, because they're all different houses. Okay, let's go back to the daytime. Okay. Move. There we go. This is a bit too bright. Maybe that. Late morning. I want to change the color of this house. Because remember, each house is for somebody different. Can even make it bricks. So that can be purple, which is very cool. I like that. Wow. That purple I like a lot. Okay, and then the actual color. I'm can do like this green color. Oh, that actually looks really, really nice. I do like that a lot. Okay, we'll give it some brick, like a brick effect, like that. There we go. And then this, we need to change to this color. And it's like a, there we go. Okay, we can also change the color of the roof. Maybe make it that color. Okay, wow. There are definitely different color homes, which is great. And I love that so much. Okay, now let's start building another little area. So what I want to do is I just want to take my path tool. Let's maybe use this one. There we go. And we can just do this because we need to get this way. So draw a path along here. But we also need enough space. So what we can do is this can just be maybe a little walkway. And then you get to a house over here. Okay, we don't know what kind of house it's going to be. So we can do this, rotate it, maybe also move it to the back like this. Okay, do another little one. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to make it so that a path can go around the whole place. I think that would be very cool, like this. Yes. We could even make it like this, so that we can extend it a bit. Like even if we added this here, right? That's kind of cute, so I do like that. And we added another little one here. So it's all one little house. Like that. Bring this down a bit. There we go. Okay, so this is now one little house. Okay. Whoa. That's very cool. I did not even know you could do that. Look at that. What? Okay, that's very cool. That makes sense. Okay. This is all about experimenting and trying different things, you know? Okay. Then I want to make it okay, so oh. Okay. Nope. I want to make it very thin, like this. Okay. Whoopsie. Let's make it very, very thin. And then I want to bring it down like that. It's a very interesting house. This is a very, very interesting house. Bring this down a bit. There we go. Okay, bring this down as well. What do you think? Does that look a bit strange? Maybe. Okay, so it's all just becoming one house. Like this, like so. Okay, and then a bit. There we go. Okay, I feel like that might be the closest we'll get. And then I think maybe we need to add I think we might have to what do we think? This is so weird. It's kind of working, Okay, this needs to move. Yes. In fact, I'll be honest, I don't really like it that much. Okay, let's move this out a little bit. There we go. Nice. Okay, I like that a lot. Now, let's start adding. Let's start adding some doors. There we go. There's a door there. And also, I think we should have a door here as well. And then maybe a door here. We'll make this door a little bit bigger, like this. There we go. And then this door a little bit bigger as well. Then there we go. Nice. Then we can add because I just want to get rid of that tree, that grass there. This needs to move. We can put that there maybe. Okay. We can also then add some parts around here. Gotta try not make another door because we don't want another door. There we go. Fantastic. Okay, so this is the little house area. Oopsie. Okay, right. I like that. I was just having a thought. Oh, that actually looks quite nice. I do like that. This was not what I was going for, but I do like that a lot. There we go. Okay, that works. Okay, now let's add some. I'm going to make it pointy too. I want it to go with the theme. Yes. I want to go with the theme. I want it to go with the theme of the house. Okay, so over here we can have just a double. Maybe we can have two double windows. One window. And then over here we can have one there. One there. We can have that window there, looks really nice. We can have a double window. There we go. Here we can have a triple window. Fantastic. And then over here we can also have, there we go, we can have another triple window. I don't know about you, but this actually looks pretty cool. I like this a lot. And the colors are is the same. So we'll have to change that. Okay, we can add a little chimney as well. Very, very cute. Okay, let's add some lights, shall we? I wish we could add lights on the roof. That would be very, very cool. Okay. Nice. One. So this house doesn't like a whole balcony, but is happy with this. Put that there. And then we've got one there already. Okay, then I also want to have one of these so we can turn. Go. Maybe have one here. Whoopsie. So we can bring, whoopsie. Okay, so we can also bring this one around too, like this. Nice. And then we can add little lights here as well. What happens if we click on it? Nothing. Okay, so they have to be these tall lights. Okay, we can have one there. Alright, let's test it. Let's go for nighttime. There we go. That looks pretty well lit. I would think. Maybe we should just add some lights. There we go. And I think maybe a light at the bottom. There we go. And another one. Fantastic. Yes. Looks amazing. I love that. Okay, now let's add. We're gonna have to make this a little bit smaller. You can't really add here. So the only thing we can really do to make this, or maybe we just leave it. Yes, I think we just leave it. Yeah, just leave it like that. Okay, then we'll go back to normal day. Fantastic, I like that a lot. I want to add some chairs. Maybe here. There we go. Add another one here, but let's rotate it. You can face it the other way. There we go. Nice. Okay, I'm really happy with how this is turning out. It's looking so nice. So nice. Okay, then we can remove these parts. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Okay, right, so that's to the one house. Okay, now let's do another house, but I'm gonna make it sideways. But we'll make it a few houses. Okay. Okay, right. So make this a little bit higher. I think that might work. I don't quite know. There we go. Looks good. Oh, before we continue, I didn't actually change these colors. No. Let's change the colors. Let's make it a red. Let's make it a red. I do like the red. Okay. This can also make this. So everybody has their own style. And then we can keep the green, I think. Let's make it green. I think that's fine. And then we'll do the last one over there, like green. And this one, green. There we go. Okay, let's get these doors green as well. Yes, green and green. Okay, oh, right. So we decided that I'm going to make this red and that color. Okay, whoops. Red. There we go. Okay, that is actually a really adorable house. I won't even lie. Okay, these are going to be 3 little houses on their own. So this house will have its own path. There we go. Okay, then we'll have this house that will have its own. And then this one that will also have its own as well. Like this. So they all have their own little areas. See what happens if we add a bit of water here. Like this. Okay. Then we can add maybe... Wow. Those are very... Why are they so... Okay, no. Remove those. Just got a little bit of water, so just be careful when you walk. That's all. Okay, we'll make this a bit thicker. There we go. Okay, and we can add a little bit of water here as well, like this. There we go. And what if we add some water here? Okay, I don't like that. There we go. I think that's quite cute. Yes. Okay. Oops. I think that's quite cute. Okay. I'm just going to add this. Yes. Okay, then also maybe... No, wait. This house could have a tiny veranda. Like the tiniest veranda you've ever seen in your entire life. Bring it down, bring this down, like this. It is very small. wish we could make it smaller, but we can't. We bring that in like this. Okay. Can make it. There we go. Nice. Can we move this down? Okay, wait. Move it down. Okay, that's fine. Okay, we need to move this. Bring this in. Bring it across. Bring it in. Okay, there we go. Bring that. Okay, maybe we just add it all across like that. Okay, then we might have to make this house a little bit taller. Like this. A little bit shorter. There we go. We add another door. And then we can add as well, can add one of these. So go copy. Whoopsie. And we bring it here. We can add it over there. There we go. That looks really nice. I do like that a lot. A lot. Okay, let's continue. Continue adding some windows. Go. Whoops. One window there, one window there. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. There we go. And I also want to add the top one of these because I think that would be quite nice. I'll add the side just to make it a little different. Then I want to add, I like that you can add lights in the water. That's very cool. Okay. One there, and there. One like practically in the water. Okay, right. We can also, what we can do is we can also change the colors. So each house will be a different color. So looking for brown. The white is quite nice, but we'll keep it to that. We'll make these whites. There we go. That looks quite nice. I like that a lot. There we go. There are no windows. There we go. Okay. Nice. Let's go to the next house. Maybe make it pink. But I want to make it that color. And we can maybe make it, I think the white. I think the white works as well. This person has a different door. I think we should just keep it the same color. Keep the roof the same color, I think. And then for this one, which is really, really cute, What if we make it like a blue? I love that. That's awesome. The blue is amazing. I do like that a lot. There we go. Okay, we've done all of that. So let's do the last one. Okay. Oh, and at the top. Don't forget at the top. There we go. Okay, so this is the areas we have built already. Okay. Tell me what you think. Let's have a little look. Got these beautiful houses. Then you walk up this path. You have this beautiful house. You can go up the ladder, which is really cool. This back area, which I love, truly. Then you come down the stairs. You have... Oh, this is not connected. That's not good. Okay, that's sort of connected. Oopsie. You have this beautiful house over here. By the way, oh my word, sorry. This needs to touch the bottom. So this needs to go down. Yes. There you go. Okay. Okay, wait. That affected it. Okay. We need to make it so that... Okay. We need to make it so that it can go down a bit more. I see where the problem is. I see where the problem is. Okay, so that's right. If we did this, would that then touch the floor? It would. Okay, that's okay, that's okay. All we'd have to do is move the windows. We'd have to move this. We'd have to just move this. Move it down like there. That's fine. Okay, this door is a problem. So we might have to remove this door. There we go. Okay, let's try and put a door. There we go. Another door. Okay. And then we can add a door down here too. Luckily we checked. Here we go. One. Whoops. Whoopsie daisy. Whoopsie. It won't let me add to it. Okay, that's okay. And then maybe here we can add some flowers, bushes. No. Okay, there we go. So we have a door down there so we can get upstairs. Okay, this. Maybe we move this a little bit higher. Okay, it's not going to work with that. So anyway, carrying on with the tour. We can go here. This beautiful little house. I showed you that. And you come all the way here. We do need to add some kind of path. So it like that. There we go. So that's adding to the path. Okay, awesome. So you can step down, go down here, and you have these beautiful little houses. You can also sit and watch the little fishies if you see them. And then you have this beautiful house here as well, which I absolutely love. And you can go around the back as well. Beautiful little house. Okay, so I think that's where I'm going to end. I'm going to end our little video today. I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did. And I hope to see you again very soon. Also, if you haven't already, please don't forget to drop a like and subscribe so you get notified